So this isn't going to be like all the other nofap and semen retention and porn addiction videos that you usually see. This is some in-depth, advanced fucking self-improvement, okay? And I say that in quotations because it ties into what I'm going to say in a minute. Your self-image is very, very important, okay? Now, the fact that you are clicking on a video like this, genuinely intrigued on how to get over porn, how do I stop my porn addiction? That is exactly what it's really, really, what's the word? It's like a counterintuitive thing. It's you are trying to better your life by educating yourself on how to get over porn, but the fact that you are doing that is exactly why you can't get over porn. It's very ironic how it all works, okay? This is because of your self-image. Now, your self-image is in alignment with the man that is struggling with porn. You see yourself as the guy that struggles with porn. You are addicted to porn. That is how you see yourself. That's what you believe. Okay, and you know me, I love the power of belief. You know how I talk about self-image, power of belief, pretty much every video, because it's absolutely fundamental. You can't go any further on this video. You can't learn about how to genuinely overcome and finally just kick that porn addiction forever, to the point where you never, ever, ever relapse ever again for the rest of your life until you die. That's it, boom, that's your life. You just don't watch porn. Okay, you're only going to be able to do that if you change what goes on up here deep in your subconscious. Because if you are subconsciously believing, I am the guy that's struggling with porn, I just can't stop relapsing, I just keep addicted, I'm addicted to it, I just keep going back to it, no matter what I try, no matter all the nofap videos I watch, I keep going back to it. Do you know why? Because of that mindset. You've got to flip the mindset, and you do this through meditation and visualization and just simply positive self-talk, not being reliant on things like nofap or semen retention or anything like that, any movements, any external thing like that. You as an individual have everything you need to control your body and your mind and your reality. Okay, and I know it sounds wishy-washy, but just stay with me. If the way that I kicked porn, the way that I just stopped watching it, was because I simply said to myself, I didn't say, okay guys, I'm going on nofap, let me try nofap and stop watching porn. I didn't say any of this weird shit, I'm going on semen retention, let me stop watching porn. I just said, all right, porn is negative. It's not making me feel confident. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I would openly talk to people about. Yeah, I just had a wank today. I just watched porn today. I just watched other people have sex today and I wanked myself. It's just, even saying it hypothetically in a joking sense like that makes me feel embarrassed. It's shameful, isn't it? So first you must establish your reasons why. Why are you quitting porn? Why do you just simply not want to do this action anymore? Forget about nofap, forget about semen retention, forget about all this weird internet bullshit. Trust me, just forget about that shit. Because if you are the guy that's on nofap, that's your self-image, do you remember? So if you see yourself, I'm the guy that's on nofap, I need nofap, I'm addicted to porn, so let me go on nofap. Rather than my alternative, which is just simply saying, I just don't watch porn, I just don't masturbate. I'm the guy that just doesn't do that weird shit, okay? That's how I see it, that's the difference. Now, this is important because, again, self-image, absolutely fundamental. You can't amount to anything higher than how you see yourself. If you are the guy that struggles with it, then this is where you're going to be. You can't live the life of the guy that doesn't struggle with it if you see yourself as the guy that's addicted. Are you with me? So you've got to first identify why you're quitting it. Why are you stopping watching porn? Why are you stopping self-pleasure? Why are you doing it? What is your reason? You've got to have a strong motivator why. Because every time you do get the temptation, you can be like, oh, well, I know the reason, so I'm just not going to do that shit because I don't want to be that guy. For me personally, my reasoning why is because it's negative. I identify it in my brain as a negative action. Obviously, if I do a negative action, I'm going to get a negative outcome. Common sense, okay? The law of attraction. Now, with that being said, my reasonings are, just like I said before, I just don't feel proud. I don't feel proud of myself. And pride is a good thing to be motivated by, your pride. How proud of you are you of yourself? That was a bit of a tongue twister. Yeah, my reasoning is, I feel proud when I don't do that bullshit. You know, my only form of release of ejaculation is through the real world with women. You know, how it's supposed to be, how it's intended to be, not by me sat by myself masturbating. That's just embarrassing, right? So I don't feel proud of it. I feel much more confident when I'm off it. I just feel like, I'm a fucking man. You know, I'm not being controlled by an external substance. I'm not being stimulated by, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm not being stimulated by an external substance. Nothing has control over me. I am my own man. I have complete control over my mind, my energy, my body, etc., etc. So yeah, they're my reasons. I just feel much more confident and proud of myself. That's enough for me. I like feeling proud of myself. I like walking through the world with a bit of fucking authority about me, with some fucking confidence. I like that feeling. I like the man that I am when I'm, not doing that shit. So that's my reasoning. That's my strong why. And I always refer back to that. If, for whatever reason, I ever got tempted to go and watch it, I'd simply just say to myself, but what kind of man do you want to be? Do you want to be the loser that watches porn? Do you want to be the wanker? And then I think back to moments like when I'm not watching porn, when I'm the man that doesn't watch porn, I think, I'd rather be that guy, because look at how he operates in the world. Look at the women he gets. Look at how he moves with ease. in social situations. Like, I just love that. I love that man who I am when I don't do those negative habits. Does that make sense? So establish your why, establish your motivator first. Then you got to flip your self-image. You do this through meditation, you do this through visualization and positive self-talk. So you tell yourself, you literally just affirm it into the universe. I am the guy that just doesn't watch porn, that just doesn't masturbate. I'm not addicted because I have complete control over myself. And some guy said to me, respect the addiction. No, fuck off. I don't respect the addiction because I don't get addicted. Because guess what? I have complete control over my mind and my hands and my body and my energy and my attention and what I give it to. That's me. I have complete control over that. There is not some sort of external thing that can grip me. That's not, I just genuinely don't believe that. Even you could say, oh, scientifically proven dopamine. I get that side of it. But if I don't believe in the fact that, oh, I can get addicted to this, this is an addiction, this has hold of me, this is controlling me, this is controlling my mind, my life, then it can't affect me, can it? Nah, I'm not addicted. If I want to stop, I can, boom, that's it, gone. And that's exactly what I did with video games, with porn, with all this bullshit. I just said to myself, right, I'm the guy that just doesn't do that shit then. Cool. I'm the guy that just doesn't use social media. I'm the guy that just doesn't play video games. I'm the guy that just doesn't watch porn, doesn't masturbate. I just don't do it. Why? Oh, well, because of this, because of this, because of this. There you go. I'm not addicted. I don't have a problem. I don't need NoFap. You know, all this weird internet shit. None of that. None of that bullshit. Because I have complete control of myself as a man. Does that make sense? You have to alter your self-image through positive self-talk, meditation. So you meditate to get rid of the subconscious filter. Okay, and then you visualizations. You visualize the man that you want to be. How does he walk? How does he act? How does he talk? Who would you be if you didn't sit there every single night wanking yourself off to other people having sex? What kind of man would you be? Visualize it, feel it, and then act accordingly. In reality, guess what? The universe is going to give you what you want. The law of assumption. Whatever you assume to be true will become your reality. If you believe that you are the man, if you are the man that, yeah, I don't watch porn, I don't masturbate. If you are already him, even if you're not, even if I kind of still struggle with it, even if you're not there yet, you just believe in your imagination, you believe that, yeah, that's me. Guess what? The reality is going to catch up and that's who you're going to become. So that's the self-image, the self-belief part of it sorted. This is not, I told you, this is not like another NoFap video. This is some next level shit, bro. You got to sort your self-image out. You got to sort your negative thought patterns out. There's a fucking bird on here or something. Squirrel. I don't know if you guys heard that. So you got to sort your thinking patterns, your mindset out first. You're probably walking through the world thinking, oh, I'm addicted. Going in my comment sections, how do I beat porn? Please, I'm addicted. I've been on NoFap for 30 days. The fact that you see yourself as this guy is exactly why you're doing it. It's exactly why you keep relapsing. I never said to myself, well, I'm going on NoFap. No, okay, porn's bad. I realised it, watch some YouTube videos or whatever, however you found out that porn was shit, you realise it and you go, okay, it's quite negative. And then thinking about it, oh yeah, I don't really feel as good. Let me take some time away from porn. I feel much better. That's the life I want to live. Cool, goodbye porn, I'm just not going to do it anymore. That's it. That is exactly what I did. Well, NoFap, oh, I'm addicted. Oh, well, my dopamine's all fucked up. Oh, well, it's a struggle. Fuck off. No, I have complete control over myself. I can do whatever I need to do, right? That's that sorted. Secondly is a couple of little techniques, I guess you could call them. The first one is sexual imagery, okay? And I like to refer to it as a masturbatory mindset. It's a wanker's mindset. Now, if you've been masturbating for years, you've been watching porn for years, you've put yourself in this, you've trained yourself to be in this masturbatory mindset. Rather than being psychologically healthy and walking through the world of confidence and, only ejaculating, only releasing when you're with a woman, like it's intended to be. Instead, you've trained yourself to be a wanker. You've trained yourself to be so addicted to orgasm and that feeling of release, that dopamine hit that you get when you release. You've trained yourself to be so sought after that feeling that now, when you're walking around the world, you're in a masturbatory mindset. You see a girl and you instantly imagine yourself fucking her because that's what you do when you're wanking, isn't it? So you got to retrain your brain. And you do this by, number one, sexual imagery. No sexual imagery. Don't sit there fucking imagining yourself, oh, there's a sexy girl on the treadmill with leggings on. Oh my God, I wonder what it'd be like to fuck her. Don't engage in that mental fantasy because that is a wanker mindset. Okay? The wankers do that. The wankers sit there on the fucking, that would be really nice if I... That's what the wankers do. The man that you want to be doesn't sit there imagining it. He just goes up to her and talks to her and makes it a reality, doesn't he? So why don't you just be that man instead? So no more engaging in sexual imagery. And we could get deep with this. I'll save this for the coaching sessions, which is in the description, by the way. But I'll quickly touch on it. You have sexual energy, all right? Sexual energy builds up every time you engage in sexual fantasy. Every time you think, even right now, if you think of a sexual thought, if you think of tits, right? The fact that I said those words into the universe, you'll instantly think of them, right? You'll be thinking about tits right now. You can't help yourself, right? It just happens. Because you think of it, that will build up sexual energy. Even if it's only the minute amount, even if it's only a small amount of sexual energy, it'll build up and you'll feel it. Not to be vulgar, not to be crude, but you'll feel it down there, okay? It'll tingle. So this is what you're doing every single time you're thinking about fucking that girl in the gym, or you're thinking about fucking that girl in work, or whatever it is. You're building up more sexual energy. So naturally over time, you're gonna have to release it one way or another. And I teach you how to release it inwardly. So for the guys that are on semen retention, or you just don't have any women in your life to release it with right now, you've got to release it one way or another. I teach you how to release it inwardly in my coaching in the description. But you know, if it builds up and builds up and builds up, you've trained yourself. Oh, well, when it builds up, I release through masturbation. That's what you've trained yourself to do. So that's all that you know. That's a habit. So you're just going to go and do that, aren't you? So you got to first break that habit, prevention before the cure, by not engaging in sexual fantasy. Every time you get a sexual thought, just boom, snap it dead. And that brings me on to my second point. When you get that arousal that's already built up, because sometimes it's too late, naturally, because you're a wanker mindset, you'll think about a sexual thought, it'll build up sexual energy, it'll build up arousal, you'll feel the tingle down there, and it's kind of too late then. It's already built up. The urges are increasing over time. What do we do with that energy? You want to keep your body throughout the day, practice this, relaxed. Your belly right now, even when you're watching this, probably at home, you're not really doing anything that's kind of fight or flight or really adrenaline pumping. You just sat at home watching my face. You're going to feel that sometimes you tense your abs, you tense your stomach area, you contract it, you're tensed in for no reason, right? And it's like we're in this constant state of fight or flight all day. You got to relax your belly. Literally, just let your belly be bloated. Let it just go, you know what I mean? Like that, just relax yourself. And also your pelvic floor muscles. So a lot of guys talk about Kegels, right? Kegels, which is where you tense your pelvic floor muscles. You want to do the opposite. You want to relax them. So as if you're pushing. When you're going for a wee, you want to... There's like a school coming through. This is not the time. Shit. When you're going for a wee, you want to relax. So obviously, when you relax the muscle when you're going for a piss, you're pushing out more piss. Does that make sense? That's what you want to do on a regular basis. Just relax your pelvic floor muscles. Okay, relax your belly, relax your pelvic floor, and just deep breathe. Deep breathe from your belly, not from your chest, from your belly first. So you breathe in from your belly all the way up, and then you work your way up to your chest. That's a full, deep, relaxed breath. That's going to help you circulate your energy. Okay, it's going to help you just keep it a bit under control. If you want to learn the full process of circulating that energy every time it builds up, so the guys that are on semen retention, they're not relapsing, they're not ejaculating, sorry, they're not releasing was what I was supposed to say, at all. They're keeping it in the body for months on end. You're going to find that sometimes you have wet dreams. Sometimes you find that, I just can't help it, and you'll go and relapse. So the reason for that is because you're not transmuting the energy. You're not doing anything with it. You know, if you're keeping it in there, it's got to come out. It's got to be used in some way, right? So you can use it inwardly through exercise, through transmuting it throughout your entire body. Because what you must understand is when you engage in sexual fantasy, it builds up down there. And when it builds up down there, it's getting too much. It's building up pressure. Before you know it, you're going to have a wet dream, or it's going to release. Okay, you're gonna relapse. So naturally, you've got to transmute that energy from down there throughout your entire body, so you feel more energized, you feel more rejuvenated. This is why guys say when you go on semen retention, you'll have more energy. It's not the fact that you're releasing it. That's not what it is. It's the fact that when you transmute it, when you do this properly, now I feel rejuvenated because I've put that energy throughout my entire body. I feel, yeah, let's go. And then guess what you do? You go to the gym, lift some weights, do some bicep curls, and you put that energy to good use. That is you releasing that energy inwardly through your entire body rather than ejaculation, which is the wanker standard way of doing it, okay? Which is what you've trained yourself to do. Chase orgasm, chase ejaculation, all right? So with that being said, coaching's down below if you're interested in this and you want to take this a step further. You can take something from this regardless, even if you don't understand how to properly transmute your energy through my coaching. You can take the fact that, okay, I don't identify as a wanker anymore. I'm not that guy. I don't do that anymore, that, etc., etc. And yeah, keep your body relaxed. Don't engage in sexual fantasy in your head, because that will just build up energy. And naturally, when it builds up energy, you're going to relapse in the only way that you know how, which is what? Masturbation. So unless you have women in your life and you can, release with multiple women every single day, you're probably not at that stage yet. So what you've got to do instead is learn to transmute the energy, and then use it to your advantage. And I teach that in my coaching in the description below. So if you're interested in that, learn through the trials and tribulations I had to make when I was younger, when I was your age, and bro, believe me, it was a fucking lot. Oh, but what does this mean? And then what is it? There's always something in there. And I had to learn this the fucking hard. It took me years to really grasp this and to get this concept. Because it's a spiritual practice. Semen retention, holding your seed in like that, you know, it's a spiritual practice. It's not something that is, oh, it's internet trend. So you want to learn this properly and save yourself the years of hardship that I had to fucking learn it from. Just boom, like that, in an hour, 60 minutes of talking to me and you'll know it. Head to toe, good to go. It's made that up, but that sounds pretty cool. With that being said, bro, look after yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you soon, yeah? Well.